am getting pre-approved with my spouse or partner. They are not available right now to go through the pre-approval process. They work and are very busy, so I'm just going to go ahead and find a property that we like first, and then we'll talk about getting pre-approved.
Yep, definitely heard this one a time or two. Okay, so you have a spouse or a partner or a significant other or somebody who is going on to the loan with you, someone that's maybe co-signing or whatever it may be. Someone else is involved in your pre-approval process, is going to become part of the loan. And that particular individual has a very demanding job or career, and they're away a lot, or they work long hours and they're not able to come in and get pre-approved with you. So you're not going to start the pre-approval process until that person has more availability, or until you find a home that you like, and they then come on a second showing, determine that they like it, and then the two of you are going to go and get pre-approved together. This is very, very illogical in the eyes of the consumer in some cases, but unfortunately very, very illogical in reality. So let me explain why I believe this one doesn't work out too well. So it's okay to get pre-approved with your spouse or your partner or whatever it may be, or somebody who's going to be helping you with the loan. Rock on, go ahead and do that. Sometimes to get other people involved with the loan expands your ability to buy and opens up your options. It can be a great idea for some folks. I get it. But to wait around until you find a property first, or until that person's workflow slows down, or whatever the case may be, not really a great idea, because again, you're out in the field, you're running around with no pre-approval. You really don't have a good firm understanding on how much you can afford. You don't have a firm understanding on how much you can afford by yourself. You don't have a firm understanding on how much you can afford with them, right? Nobody's credit has been run. The debt to income ratio has not been checked on either of you, right? You're operating at a huge disadvantage, because you're competing against other buyers who are pre-approved, and the seller's certainly going to consider those before they would consider yours for that very reason, right? And you're going to drive around aimlessly, eventually find a home that you like, right? You're going to wait for your partner to have availability to then also see the home, right? Because it's not logical to place offers or proceed with a deal until all folks sort of involved in the transaction have seen the property and approve of it and determine that they want to live there and they want to buy it, right? So now there's a little bit of a delay. So let's say, for example, on Monday, you drive out to a property by yourself, you see it, you like it. Your spouse is not available until Wednesday or Thursday to see the property. They drive out there. They may or may not like it, but let's say for the purposes of argument, let's say they do like it. Now you're 4 days in, and you still don't have an offer placed, right? So you're going to then go to your lender to try to get pre-approved together. It takes you a day or so to get your papers together. You get them over to the lender. It takes the lender another day to get the pre-approval situated. So now we're well into the weekend and on into the next week. It's now like, Tuesday or Wednesday of the following week. You've got the pre-approval in hand. You've placed your offer. It may or may not be high enough, or your terms may or may not be enticing enough for the seller to accept the offer. But let's say for the purposes of our talk here, they do want to accept it, right? That's great. Then you've sort of outsmarted the system. You've done it your way. But at any point in time during that week and a half that it took you to legitimately get a qualified offer together and get it presented to the seller, that property is still continuing to show, right? So it doesn't stop with the showings, and it doesn't stop with the offers. So if the property is just right for you, I might anticipate that it's probably just right for a number of other buyers as well. And while it took you from Monday of the first week to like Wednesday of the next week to sort of get your pre-approval together, another buyer who's prepared and ready to go placed that, that might have also saw it Monday or Tuesday, the week before, place that offer right away, they might even already have an inspection completed by the time you've got your offer placed. For all we know, they might even already be moving forward with a purchase memo or even a sales contract. So the time differential in this low inventory, high demand market is very, very important. And if you're driving around without a pre-approval, you're really putting yourself at a huge, huge disadvantage. I do respect your family dichotomy if that's what's going on or whatever have you. I'm not saying that I don't. I'm just telling you that as a buyer's agent, it's my responsibility to put you in the best light possible, and driving around without a pre-approval is never ever going to be something that I would suggest. Thanks a lot for the question.